Namaskar. Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to the practice of the red rhythmic earth. Start off by activating earth element within the body to get stable for the practice. Bring your thumb and your ring finger together. Other three fingers extend straight. Lift and open the heart, turning gaze within. This activates Muladhara chakra, root chakra, the base of the spine, the base of the central nervous system. Let's bring more activation to root lock, Mula Bandha, and sync with ladder breath. Inhale 1/3 of your torso and pause, toning and lifting the pelvic floor at the same time, and then pause and release, and then re-engage, lifting, drawing up, inhaling 2/3 of the torso and pause, and then release Mula Bandha, re-engage, drawing breath and energy back up, and then full release. On exhale, releasing the tone of the pelvic floor. Keep it going for the next minute. Ladder breath with the inhale, pausing intermittently with the in-breath, and sync with Mula Bandha, toning and lifting pelvic floor, releasing at the pause. This brings more awareness, sensitivity, control to the action of Mula Bandha, of root lock, to revert descending apana, and to convert it into prana, the ascending energy. Exhale. Place the hands behind the hips for Morcha Pranayama. Placing hands and fingertips, arch up. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in for a count of 20, letting head rest back, squeezing shoulder blades together. And an Anjali. Set an intention to use the energy that you build through the practice to seek an evolution on all levels of your being. Unite our hearts and invoke blessings. 3 Oms, 1 Purna mantra. Take a full deep breath in. Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. To the presence of the one divine spirit that dwells within, we bow. Arise, yoginis and yogins. Come to standing at the front of the mat for mountain pose, Tadasana, firmly rooting through your big toes. Lift and spread your outer toes, stacking pinky toes down, and then draw into the center, engaging inner thighs. Belly in, scoop tailbone, side body's long, shoulders up, curl and back, slide jawbone back, activate Ujjayi breath. Breathe from the back of the throat with more focus. Deep breath in. Exhale, root down, releasing hands. Inhale, stretch up, celebrating the freedom and power of the day. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen and curl, reaching through crown of the head. Exhale, step back, plank, hold plank. Spread fingers wide, setting a strong foundation, rooting down through thumb and index knuckles, coming up high onto the tip of the big toe, rounding your lower back, strengthening the core more. And then in super slow motion, lower all the way down into the belly. Clasp hands behind the back. Squeeze arms in, upper back in. Push down strong to the tops of the feet, arch up and lift. Keeping tops of the feet pushing down. Bring your hands beside the chest, underneath your elbows. Shoulders lengthen towards the ears. Side body's long as you lift up for cobra. When you reach the peak, pull shoulders back, pull hands back. Stay there for a few deep breaths. Hands back towards the hips, feet pulling in towards the hips. And then lower down. Push back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. First dog. The Rhythmic Earth Day. Stretch it out. Bend one knee at a time. Lengthening through the calf muscles. Deepening the victorious breath. Right leg up to the ceiling. Bend the knee. Stretch out side body. Putting more weight to the left hand or elevate the hand and ridge top or fingertip. Switch legs. Left leg up and over. Putting more weight to the right hand or elevating wrist, keeping upper back level. So you twist from lower body. And then back to down dog. Lean forward. Push head up. Index knuckles down. Lean forward, exhale, chaturanga, pushing energy back out through the heels as you descend. Inhale, rise up for a high cobra. Lower down, push back, Adho Mukha Swana. Soma Chandra, right foot up to the front of the mat, right foot out to the right, hand to the top of the thigh. Bend the knee deep, open heart, open throat, head back. Keeping left thigh lifting, take right arm behind the back, reaching for your elbow crease, or reach right arm behind the hip, reaching fingertips for the floor. Let me help you out so you don't have to think. Take your arm like this, and then bend the arm, and go like that. And then twist and curl over your arm. There you go. And then head straight back to the tops of the shoulder blades. Asana 3, inhale, unwind. Come onto your forearms. Sink into it. Push down to the ball of your left foot. Lean to the left, widening left hip way out to the left side. Step side to the left of your mat. And then inner rotate the left leg. Squeeze it into the center and then lean to your right. It's the outer edge of your right side of your mat. Push your right thigh bone down. Do that a few times. Inhale, widening, inner rotating your back leg, creating space. Exhale, leaning to the right, to sinking into it. Earth element is dissolved. Tension's eroded. Connecting to the fluidity of water element. Step back, plank pose, take a vinyasa. Practice of yoga asana purifies the 5 elements of the body, which enhances the 6th element, your own unique individuality. Second side, Soma Chandra. Left foot up, right foot out to the left. Open heart, head back, and then take left arm behind the back. Practice of yoga asana builds stability, strength, qualities of the earth element in the body. Forearms, Vinarasana 3. Getting to movement in asana, the pulsation, inner spiraling, outer spiraling with the breath, linking actions. Inhale, widening to the right, inner rotating. Exhale, leaning to the left, descending, activates water element. The conscious breath activates fire element. Keep lower abdomen engaged through the practice of Ujjayi breath to uprise the energy, to heat it as it arises. Step back, take a vinyasa. And down dog, take your feet back 2 inches. Bend your knees 4 inches. Push your head up, curl in the upper back. Doing the practice with an open heart, keeping back body engaged, heart open, activates air element within the body. Keeping the head pushing up, slowly re-straighten legs, pushing thigh bones back, inner rotating tops of the thighs, root energy down through the heels. So you push from the tops of the shoulders, out through the hands, full stretch. Bend knees, gaze up, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen and curl. Exhale, bow, bending arms to the side, squeeze shoulder blades on the back, squeeze inner thighs together, root down, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, samastiti, equalizing awareness and attention, reconnecting to your intention of seeking evolution on all levels. Doing a spiritual practice with the intention activates the element of ether, of space, connecting us to the highest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, root down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen and curl. Exhale, step or jump. Take a vinyasa from plank. Lower down. Inhale, rise up for a high cobra or up dog. Exhale, flow back, down dog. Right foot up, side angle pose with your right arm on the inside for today. Pushing arm into the knee, knee into the arm. Activating midline, inner thighs engaged, which synergistically allows you to engage your lower abdomen more, Uddiyana, and scoop your tailbone, holding Mula Bandha. And then let's bring more awareness to that action. Bring your left hand to the top of the hip. Wrapping 3 middle fingers over your hip bone, so your fingers press in, your abdomen presses out to the fingers, so you feel the engagement of Uddiyana. And then slowly sink into it, taking right forearm to the floor, or maybe forearm onto a block if you need it. And then try and maintain twist in the upper body. Keeping lower abdomen firm, tailbone scooping, left shoulder curling back. For an intense side angle pose. Step back, take a vinyasa. In Indian mythology, Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, the brother of Skanda, represents the earth element, stability, order, predictability, the law of karma. Second side, side angle pose. Left foot up, left arm on the inside, right arm reaches, taking a few strong breaths here, engaging midline first. Feeling your left inner thigh engage. Belly in, tailbone scooping, and then monitor Uddiyana, right hand to the top of the hip, wrapping 3 fingers over. Slowly sink into it, taking left forearm down to the floor or to a block. Monitoring Uddiyana. Sink with the conscious breath. Ganesha's head, the elephant head, represents the practice of Hatha Yoga. He's got a long elephant trunk for deepening the victorious breath, big elephant ears for listening to the quality of the breath. Step back, take a vinyasa. He's got a small mouth for less talk, more action. And then the whole idea of having an elephant head on a human body doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. So it reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously, but to take the practice seriously. As a practice of gaining knowledge and wisdom. Right leg lifts behind you. Lean forward into plank. Push your head up. Index knuckles down. Halfway down. Push back strong. Right foot up. Warrior one pose. Belly in. Scoop tailbone. Take it overhead. Squeeze back leg into the center. Engaging left inner thigh. Exhale, bend right knee deep. Take a few strong breaths. Keep your pinky finger pointing in and engage to the top of the arm and shoulder. Stay outer rotating. Creating stability with the legs, more strength. Upper arms are outer rotating, activating the element of space. Step back, plank pose, take a vinyasa. Second side, left leg lifts. Lean forward into plank. Head up, index knuckles down, halfway down and pause. Push back strong. Step it up, Virabhadra. Belly in, scoop tailbone, take it overhead. Squeeze into the center, creating more stability with your right leg. Exhale, bend left knee deep, creating more expansion. Left big toe rooting down. Big toes, thumbs represent the element of earth. Pinky toes, pinky fingers represent ether and space. Exhale, release, step back, vinyasa. Right leg lifts again. Lean forward, plank pose. Halfway down. Push back strong, right foot up. Left knee down, Uttana Virabhadra. Both hands to the top of the thigh. Bend your right knee deep. Flatten your back foot, coming on the top of the foot. And then gaze towards your navel. Head down, looking straight down. Take your arms overhead. Palms flat, fingers straight, arms straight overhead. Here you go. Arms behind your ears, and then squeeze belly in, squeeze your rib cage in, and then push down to the top of the left foot, lift it up, and then push your head back into the arms. Try to have your palms flat, fingers straight, so you bring more strength into your shoulders and your arms instead of holding Kali Mudra. If you hold Kali Mudra, it brings more engagement into your hands and takes it out of your arms and shoulders, squeezing into the midline. Exhale, release, step back, plank pose, take a vinyasa. The more you squeeze into the center with your arms, your shoulders, with your mind, creates a synergistic engagement of Muladhara chakra, creating an uprising of energy, awareness. Left leg lifts. Plank. Halfway down. Push back strong. Step it up. Back foot flat. Get set for Uttana. Warrior pose. Intense warrior. Both hands to the top of the thigh. Bend the knee deep. Arms overhead, palms flat, chin to the chest, gaze down, belly in, squeeze in, tightening your lower abdomen, and then push down to the top of the foot. Push your head back into the tops of the arms. Use the strength of the lower body. Support lower back, push head back to curl more in upper back. A few more strong breaths, challenge breath. Exhale, release, step back, vinyasa. Through. Right foot up, triangle pose, right arm on the inside. Placing hand at the midpoint of the shin. Forearm pushes out to the shin, shin pushes into the arm. Belly in, scoop tailbone, and then take left arm straight up. Hold it there for a few deep breaths. Releasing palate, move the mouth. Left hand to the hip, monitoring Uddiyana, fingers wrapping over. Slowly sink into it, taking right forearm to the floor, or maybe to a block. Like a block. Nice. Hold the engagement in the legs. The lower you go, build more strength in the legs. And then slowly release, step back, take a vinyasa, energy of the earth. It's about creating more strength and stability in the body so our spirits can evolve. Second side, left foot up, left arm on the inside. Pushing the arm into the shin. Shin into the arm to fire up your left inner thigh. And twist, take it straight up, releasing palate, roof of the mouth. Allowing energy to circulate from root chakra through the crown. Just right hand to the hip. Keep deepening the Ujjayi breath. Slowly sink into it, taking left forearm to the floor, building more strength in the legs as you go deeper. Ganesha has got two serpents wrapped around his lower body as a belt to keep his big fat belly lifting up to show that he's always drawing the Kundalini Shakti, the spiritual energy up to the practice of Uddiyana. And then step back, take a vinyasa. If you can hold Uddiyana for 6 months continuously throughout the day, you can reverse the aging process within the body. Right foot up, Ardha Chandra, Pigeon Pose. You can hold it here, or bend top leg for Ardha Chandra Chop Asana, Sugarcane Pose. Bring your knee to the chest, reach for the foot. Auto rotate, top of the shoulder, kicking foot back into the hands. Twist, Parvrita Ardha Chandra, left hand down. In rotate left leg, out rotate right leg, take right arm up. Hold it here. Working inner thighs, working big toes, squeezing into the center. If you're going further, bend the top leg, reach for inner edge of the foot for Nindrikapada Dhanurasana. Kicking the foot back, push your head up, curling in the upper back. And then both hands down, standing split. Stack hip, lift left leg high. Squeeze it into the center to lift it higher. I'll spot you. No? Okay. And then celebrate your freedom fully. Kick to a handstand, a forearm stand, a headstand. It's your practice. Do what is appropriate for you. You can take it up or take it into a vinyasa. Second side, left foot up, Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon pose. Second hip, strengthen core. Belly in. Extending energy from hips out through both heels. Hold it here. If you're going further, knee to the chest, reaching for the foot. Rolling shoulder back, kick back, head back. Twist, Parvrita Ardha Chandra. Right hand down, in rotate right leg. Outer rotate, standing leg, take left arm up. Reach for inner edge of the foot if you're going further for standing 1 foot bow pose. Right knee squeezing in, head pushing up. And then both hands down, standing split, Prasarita, Sadhana. Side hands, grip or claw the mat strong. Forearms. Take it up. Handstand, forearm stand. Headstand. Bounce that angle, right foot up. Going for the clasp. Right arm under, left arm behind the back. Smiling internally or externally. synergistically engages Mula Bandha, creating an uprising of energy. From here, Sage Kundinya pose. Both hands down, or you can take left forearm down, working Visama, uneven. You can hold the prep, keeping left foot on the floor, or hop your left foot across the midline to take it up. And then step, jump, float back. Second side, left foot up, left arm under. Right arm behind the back. Clasp. If you're in deep, choke up. Grab that wrist. Head back, curling in upper back. Smiling internally, externally, as you're practicing yoga asana. Oh, Mekapada Kundinyasana, seeking the balance between self-effort and surrender. Take it up. Keeping right shoulder lifting, heart descending. And then step, jump, float back. Wide leg stance. Ardha Asana. Feet underneath the knees. Just going for it. Arms overhead, Kali Mudra. Just like Uttana Virabhadra, the intense warrior. Bow forward, chin to your chest, gazing down towards your navel and strengthen your core. Tighten your serpentine belt. Keep it tight, ribcage squeezing in, and then you can gaze up. Squeeze your arms in. Pinch the backs of the ears, back of the head, squeezing arms in, shoulders in. Holding Mula Bandha, Uddiyana. Take it into Chandrasana, toes forward. Bow halfway forward, keeping thighs, arms, chest parallel. Keep them lifting. Both hands down. Take feet wider. Inhale, lengthen, pushing head up. In rotate your tops of your thighs, angling big toes in, heels out, and then walk your hands back, forehead to the floor. Or if you're in deep, come onto your forearms or your chin for E position, clasping hands underneath. Build strength as you work towards your edge. Practice yoga asana to nullify past, old, existing karma. To create positive karma for the future. Slowly come back up, heel toe in. Get set for Bakasana, crow pose. Knees wide, hands wide. Lean forward, squeeze in, lift and hold it. For at least 6 breaths for the rhythmic tone. After 6 conscious breaths, take it into Shirshasana 2 or Vinyasa. No need to stress the neck. And then back down. Vinyasa, rest in child's pose. Om Namah Shivaya. Rest here, or take it into Uttana Shishosana, puppy pose. Take the knees wide. Slide forward, arms bend out to the side, or reach them straight ahead, palms face up. Very gentle. Attempt to roll your thumbs back towards the floor, creating more outer rotation in your arms and shoulders, creating space for the upper back. And push back, down dog. Jump back to squatting for Ardha Asana, half propos, baby crow pose. Both knees straight ahead, coming onto your forearms. When you take your forearms down, turn the palms face up first. Come back for a second. That's it. So the belly of your forearm traps in. Why don't you go ahead and use a towel if you need it, so your forearms don't slide on this one. That's it. And then turning palms down, hands flat, or attempt to bring your hands towards a ridge top position, a sattvic position. And then lean forward, knees to the outside of the arms. You can point your feet on this one and squeeze in tight, firing inner thighs. Hold it. And then from here, visualize floating up into forearm stand, pressing down through the forearms, or a 3, 2, 1, press up. Oh, that's good enough. And then rest back.
That one is more difficult than the other one.
It's super hard.
That's how you do
The baby crow?
Baby crow, yeah.
those baby crows.
That-
Not
you
the
can-
other
Going up, yeah. Next year. Coming on to the belly, laying flat. Bring your legs together, Sphinx pose. Supporting your chest with your forearms. Pivot your left hand in, reach your right hand back for Ardha Asana. Kick back into the hand, and then slowly pull it in. Pivoting hand on top, keeping toes flexed back into the hand. If you're in deep, if you're going further, optional, lifting up for Ardha upward half front pose. If you're going further still, you can trap your forearm over the foot, kicking your right hand to the floor and fingertip or ridge top, and then lower down and slide your left hand back a little bit. And then lift up again, squeezing elbows in. That one's hard. That's intense. And then lower down, switch. Right hand pivots in, left hand reaches back. Holding inner edge of the foot. Kick back, fire thigh first, and then pull it in. Moving hand on top. Optional lift for Ardha. Forearm over the left foot. If you're going further, left hand to the floor, sliding right hand back a little bit, squeezing elbows in so you don't lose the foot. Keep it trapped. Lower down, stack fist, chin on fist, breathing into the lower back, resting. One arm auspicious pose, right arm out to the right. Palm face up, rock over, step left foot back. Left ankle on top, or if you're in deep, if both sitting bones are down, work fire log legs, bring left ankle on top, and then lower your right knee down, and then slowly attempt to bring your top knee back down towards your foot. Pinky toe flexed, and then switch sides. Arm out, palm face up. Shifting hips in towards the center of the mat, and take right hand back. Right ankle on top, deepening twist from the lower body. Trap the foot over, lower top knee back down. And back onto the belly. Ekabuja Anahata Chapasana. Bend your right arm out to the side at a 90-degree angle this time, keeping the bottom edge of the elbow aligned with the bottom edge of the shoulder. Right arm out to the right at a cactus arm position. There you go. And then rock over onto your right hip and your right shoulder again. Your right leg can kick forward to stabilize. And then bend your left leg, knee to the chest, and reach for the foot. And kick your foot back and take your head back. Heart curls forward. Keep your right shoulder as close as you can towards the floor. Keep curling chest forward and down. Look, and then switch sides. Left arm out. So you can shift to the right more. Keep left elbow on the mat. Rock over. Left leg kicks forward, just like in standing sugarcane pose. Right hand reaches for the foot. Kick back, head back, left shoulder and chest curls forward as your right foot kicks back and down. Yeah, it's okay. Good job. And then back into the belly. Push back, child's pose. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana Pigeon Pose! Right knee up wide. When you said that, I thought of something else.
No, not Asana.
Reach for the foot. Sorry, I've been out of the yoga game for a week. Kick back and then pull it in. And then you can go further for mermaid if you want to trap it for elbow crease, naskinya. Or you can strap it and take it overhead for full king pigeon. If you got a tweaky knee, feel free to work the prep variation like Darren's got going on, resting your hip down. Or you can work number 2 position if that's more appropriate. When you're ready, you can bow forward over the leg, stacking fists up or bend elbows up. Rhythmic Earth Day, we are guided by our own power double. And release, step back, take a Vinny, or just step back and switch legs. Pigeon pose, second side. Knee up, square it off. And then reach for the foot. Kick back into the hand. And then pull it in for the quad stretch. Mermaid. Or full king pigeon. You want to strap? You lift, creating more space, lengthening side bodies. Exhale, you go deep, hips down, reaching for the foot. And then when you're ready, you release and fold forward. Enjoying the hip opener. Om Vinyasa, step back, flow through. Agni-Stambhasana, fire log pose. Let's bring right ankle on top. Yoga teacher.
You want the other side?
Yeah. Right ankle on top. And then flex your pinky toe so it hangs off the outside of the thigh. So take it a little bit wider. There you go. So the shins are close to being stacked right on top. It doesn't have to be completely exact. So you want your ankle to comfortably hang off the outside without stressing the ankle or the knee. Take both hands to the feet. Push in on your feet so the big toes push out, or you can go for the cross grab to generate more muscle energy, pulling hands in as your feet push out and then slowly fold forward. If you need support, place props underneath your legs. And inhale up and switch. Left foot locks off. Pinky toe stays active, pushing out through the big toe, arch. And then slowly fold forward, pushing in on the feet. We're going for the cross grab, pulling into the center as the feet push out. Inhale up, switch again. This time start to work a twist. Start to twist to your left, taking your right hand across, pulling against the foot, slowly pulling your chest across. That's right. If you're in deep, hook your elbow across, hook your shoulder across, and then the left hand can push down into the floor. If you're in deep, you can reach behind the back and grab whatever's there. Yeah, whatever. You're good. Go where the moment is most apparent, where you feel the most fulfilled. Finding the balance between sukha, sweetness, and dukkha, suffering, stability, and freedom. Switch sides. Take left arm across. Keep the foot active. Keep the breath deep. And then back up, switch sides. Arching, pelvis tilts forward, and then reach left hand across for the heel. Start to pull your chest across. If you're in deep, hook elbow across, shoulder across. Twisting, gazing over right shoulder. Breathing, releasing tension in the hips with the out breath. And then twist to the opposite side, hook right elbow across. And back up, take a vinyasa, traverse, jump, slide, make it happen. Hold down, dog. Great length. Take those feet back. Upavishtakonasana. Come to sitting, taking legs wide. Clear sitting bones, clear hamstrings, rolling each leg manually in. Activate the toes, point toes back, squeeze leg muscles in, arching up. And then slowly fold forward. strength as you go lower and deeper. And then slowly bow or twist over right leg, reaching for the foot, the right hand, or take right forearm down, left arm overhead. And switch sides, inhaling up, power twist over left leg. Smile on the inside, on the outside, as you're evolving. You're not staying stagnant. Inhale back up. There is no lost progress on the path. Arching up, go a little wider, a little deeper. Fold forward one more time. The energy of the earth, the energy of Ganesha clears our path, clears obstacles in our life so that we can be successful in all of our endeavors. Once you reach your hands on the floor so I can step on you.
Do it right here.
Yeah. Inhale up, Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together. Check out where your range of motion is naturally hooking big toes, arching up, folding forward. Just check out where you are. And then we're going to do this with a block. I'll bring a block to you if you don't have it. So check out where your knees are in relationship to the floor. Check out how far your torso can fold forward, where your range of motion is, where your tension is. And then come back up and place the block so that it's 2.5 inches wide between your feet. So that's 4 inches wide, Sadhana Shakti. Pivot it on, there you go, yoga teacher. Yoga teacher, turn it up, there you go. And then you want to have at least 2 finger breaths. You want to have your heels slightly off the floor, so that's a little bit high. Bring it down a little bit. And then push your heels into the block. So you want to have the inner edge of your feet, the medial edge of your foot should be parallel. And outer edge of the foot is parallel. So here we go. You're going to lift up, you're going to arch, and then squeeze into the block, and then slowly sink forward, pushing your hips towards your heels. Your knees push down towards the floor, and then you're going to pump it like 5 times. Inhale, lifting away, arching more, and then squeeze into the block with your feet, engaging inner thighs, extending hips forward, pushing knees down. The more you squeeze in, you're engaging Mula Bandha energetically, but you're creating more inner rotation of your top of the thigh bone, which takes tension off your capsular ligaments. After 5 good reps, we're not going anywhere yet. Turn it on its side, so now it's 4 inches wide. Same thing, so you don't want your heels on the floor. You want your heels at least 1/2 inch off the floor. There you go. And then arch up again. Hands in ridge stop, or you can place hands on blocks if you need them. Lift up, arch up. And then push hips forward and down. Pull your knees down, maintaining the arch. And then lift again. Coming away, squeeze in, push toward and down. That's it. Do at least 5 good reps like that.
So every exhale, you come closer.
Now let's do it again. Why don't you turn it on the side so that the camera can see you lifting, because you can't really see. Now turn the block on its side so that now the block is 8 inches wide. Now this is going to be the most intense for your pinky toes, so you may want to put a towel underneath your pinky toe or just grit and bear it. It'll go fast. There you go. Yeah, the heel doesn't quite fit, so you got to place it at the midpoint of the ball of the foot and then the back edge of the heel. Lift your heels up. When you lift your hips on this, it's going to crush your pinky toe. It's okay. Nothing bad's going to happen. You're going to lift up, arch, and then squeeze into the block. Push your hips forward and down. That's it. Knees down. Do at least 5 reps like that. Inhale, lifting away, arching, and then squeeze in and push your hips forward and down. Nice. Yeah, if you can do it with a smile, it's a sign of enlightenment. No, don't keep it there. Keep it there. Now with the block where it is, now after your reps, now grab your hands to your feet. Push your hands into the feet, and now take a forward fold, pulling your chest towards your block. There you go. Hold it there. Hold it there.
I need to be closer.
You can go a little closer. Now push in with your hands into the block, feet pushing into the block. That's it. Doesn't really matter yet. We're going to go further still. But you want to feel like you're pulling your waistline towards the block. Now inhale up. Now get rid of your block. Now, that's not do it again. Now let's bring your feet together. Now place the block underneath the feet. There you go. Now reach underneath and place your hands underneath the block. Now pull your chest towards your feet, and your feet, try and pull your hands up, lifting your feet up off the floor like you're trying to pull your block up off the floor. And bring your feet to your chest. You have for Skanda, the root pose, the root of the Skanda, the root of your nadis, which is your abdomen. There we go. That's it. Now inhale up. Now you can get rid of your block. Place it to the side. Now Baddha Konasana again. Like you're doing it for the first time. Hook your big toes. Arch up. Feel your freedom in the hips. And then fold forward. Yeah. If you're in deep, you can reach your arms all the way in front of you. That's it. And then back up, optional vinyasa, or just come onto your back and rock around a little side to side. Time to work the core. Take your block so it's 2.5 or 4 inches wide between the inner thighs. Legs are straight up in the air, perpendicular. So you don't want to let your legs come towards you. Hands behind the head. Keep your legs frozen, perpendicular. The legs are only going to attempt to lift straight up, as if somebody was standing right over you with their hands 2 inches above your heels. Inhale, lift your head, chest, and shoulders up off the mat. Exhale, attempt to lift your hips off the mat, extending your heels straight up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hips down, head down. 5 more good ones like that. Don't drop your legs. Keep them squeezing in. Inhale, head, chest, shoulders lift. Exhale, curl lower body, squeezing in, pushing your lower back into the floor. 3, 2, 1, and then hips down, head down. Full inhale, full exhale. 4 more good ones. Inhale, curl upper body. Exhale, curl lower body, pushing up through the heels, squeezing into the block for 3, 2, 1. Hips down, head down, back up. Curling upper body, exhale, curl lower body, squeeze in, push up, and then back down. 2 more good ones. Inhale, curl upper body, squeeze in, curl lower body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Curl upper body, squeeze in, curl lower body. Hold it for 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze in more. Crush your block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. That was the right sound effect. Rest. Setubandha, Sarvankasana. Feet underneath your knees. Belly in, scoop tailbone. Lift your hips up, walk shoulder blades in, palms face up. Or go for the clasp. Down. Ardha, Dana, Asana. Wait for my ankles or the blocks. Hands overhead. Side the ears. Hips up. Chest up. Top of the head, you can take hands wider. And then curl in the upper back, chest forward, and go all the way up. Squeeze the knees together, inner thighs together, hold the midline. And then rest down. Chin to the chest, resting the shoulders down. One more from the floor. Take it up. Do some push-ups. Do some alternate leg lifting. Rest down. Om Nataraja, Nataraja, Nartana Sundara, Nataraja. Snag your infinity strap, or snag a big belt.
Sale on infinity straps today.
Yeah, or a Shiva strap. When you take your arm overhead with your strap, hold it right here and pause, and then squeeze your knees together, your inner thighs together, and then midline first, belly in, scoop your tailbone, muscle energy, kick down into your strap, and then start to fold forward and walk your hands down the strap and pull it in. Midline first, Uddiyana, Mula Bandha, and then the heart expands. Nice. And then when you're ready, you can release. Goes in order. So there's a predictability to align with the divine, to connect to the highest. Earth element, working midline, working bandhas. Keeping the breath deep and fluid. Water element. Holding Uddiyana to protect lower back. Fire element. Opening heart, keeping arms and shoulders moving back. Jawbone sliding back. You go for it. Activates air element. Staying in remembrance of why you do the practice. To evolve, so you're not the same. So that you progress. On the mat, off the mat, out in the world. Let's do it again, because we're guided X2. Nataraja, dedicated to Shiva, Ganesha's father, the lord of the dance. Midline, bandhas on, Uddiyana, Mula Bandha, muscle energy, kick back and then expand. Cosmic dance represents 5 acts of creation, Panchakartya. We create asana with alignment. We sustain it with breath, energy, and awareness. We dissolve it with counter pose to create balance. Or we take vinyasa. We go a little further. Second side, last time when you're ready. And then the concealment and revelation. Right now, are you in remembrance that you are an avatar for the supreme consciousness, for divine awareness, to be embodied, to gain knowledge, for self-realization? If you forgot, then that's the concealment, and then you just come back into remembrance. Shoulder stand. Shalamba, Sharban, Asana. Use blankets if you need them. Stacking one, staggering step. Boom. Take it up, walk your arms in, elbows in. You can take it into a comfortable lotus position. If it's available, working Ardha, Padma, taking hands to the knees.
Comfortable lotus.
You started that. That's it. If you got your hands on your knees, straighten your arms like you're going to bring your hands into Jnana Mudra. So thumb and index finger are pushing up on the knee. There you go. That pushes back. And then from here, plow pose or hold lotus and wrap your arms over for Pindasana, womb pose.
Can you help?
Yes, I can help. It's my job.
Move me back.
Karnapita, ear pressure pose. Wrapping arms over knees, squeezing knees into your ears for Pashini Mudra. And then slowly unroll. Matsyasana, fish pose, or Padma Matsyasana, lotus fish. Arching. That's thunderbolt pose. Just rest back. Optional lift of legs and arms for Uttana Padasana after you've been in fish for 5 breaths. Eye at the needle pose, Chandrasana. Bring left ankle on top of the right thigh. Left arm reaches through the center. Resist first, kick away. Arch your lower back so that you clear your hip flexor muscles. And then round your lower back, bring it in tight. You can reach up for the foot. Take it overhead. Reaching for the foot for upward 1 foot diamond pose. The foot touches the floor. Slowly lower your hips back towards the floor so you're balanced on your shoulder blades. And then slowly unroll and switch. Resist. And then pull it in. Supta Ganeshasana. Reach for the knees. Flex your feet. And then let your knees float away from you so that your thighs are in a single line. Right there. That's good. And then arch your lower back as much as you can. And then from here, pull your knees down, holding the arch so that the pubic bone descends. And then from here, engage Mula Bandha, so you tone your pelvic floor so the tailbone lifts to meet the descent of the pubic bone. Finding balance in the pelvic floor, engages root lock, Mula Bandha, and cures all known diseases. From here, left foot to the floor. Half happy baby. Take hold of your right foot. Push your right knee to the floor and work towards Supta Bhairava. Bring the foot behind the head. And then switch. Work left leg. Push left knee down. foot. And then work both feet for Yoga Nidra. Push both knees down. Attempting to cross ankles. If you can cross, push your arms down into the legs or attempt to clasp. And then when you're ready, twist to the right, both knees across. Left hand to the rib cage or out to the side. Twist to the opposite side. Twist to the right again, cross the left leg over. Take it a little deeper. Left hand to the rib cage, or you can reach overhead and grab the top of the mat. And then back up, twist to the left last time. There. And then when you're ready, back up. Rock around, twist or stretch however you need to. Get set for Shavasana. So flexible. Enjoying the space and freedom that has been created. Reach arms long overhead. Stretching out with the deep inhale. Roll to the right, putting head on the arm bone. Staying there for a few breaths. And slowly twist up. To a comfortable sitting, meditation posture. Last home, a universal prayer for happiness and freedom. Deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste, fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. Blessings to you. Celebrate freedom fully. Don't impede on other people's freedom. Wait for it.